So welcome you all for the Molana classes. We are discussing the chapter moving charges and magnetism. So in the last class we completed a conversion of moving coil galvanometer into voltmeter. So last one topic is left, that is so how to conversion of moving coil galvanometer into voltmeter. Last class we have seen the differences between ammeter and voltmeter. How ammeter is connected in a circuit in series and voltmeter is connected in parallel. Ammeter should have a low resistance, voltmeter should have high resistance. So ammeter, ideal ammeter resistance is 0, ideal voltmeter resistance is infinity. Okay now to use the moving coil galvanometer as a voltmeter, its resistance is low. This resistance is not low as come for ammeter, not high for use as a voltmeter. To use as ammeter, resistance should be decreased by connecting a small resistance in parallel. To use as a voltmeter, the resistance to be connected in series. So what is the major key point to convert the moving coil galvanometer into voltmeter? A high resistance. So there is no name, just a high resistance should be connected in in series. So to convert the moving coil galvanometer into voltmeter, a high resistance should be connected in series. So then what happens? That moving coil galvanometer will be converted into voltmeter. So this is my required galvanometer, moving coil galvanometer of resistance G. So to convert into voltmeter, a high resistance R connected in series. So what is a high resistance R connected in series? Both are in a series. Okay now the current. So what is the voltage you apply? So that voltage value can I calculate? So this is the required voltage. So which is applied across the converted galvanometer into voltmeter. Are you getting that? What is G indicating? Our moving coil galvanometer. Our moving coil galvanometer to convert into voltmeter. So then high resistance is connected in series. So if I call the current through galvanometer for maximum deflection is Ig. In series, the same current will pass across R. So then V value is equal to Ig into G plus Ig into R. Can I write down? The total voltage in series, voltage across the galvanometer and voltage across the resistor. So V value Ig into G plus R. Okay now? So from this, G plus R is equal to V divided by Ig. So from this, R value is equal to V by Ig minus V. So this is the expression for high resistance which is connected in series to convert the moving coil galvanometer into voltmeter. The question given for 3 marks. First you have to write to convert the moving coil galvanometer into voltmeter, a high resistance known as high resistance should be connected in series, 1 mark. If you draw the required circuit diagram, 2 marks. If to obtain the expression for R, then this is for 3 marks. Okay Nana? So this is expression. Now how can we increase? So here what is the effective resistance? The effective resistance after connecting. So which one? The moving coil galvanometer into voltmeter. The effective resistance value can be called R effective. R effective value will be equal to G plus R. So effective resistance value will be increases because you are connecting the high resistance in parallel. So if I call for range of moving coil galvanometer MCG to increase n times in order to increase the range n times. So initially the voltage across the galvanometer Vg is equal to Ig into G. The total voltage across the galvanometer and resistance is equal to Ig into G plus R. To make the new voltage V will be entering the Vg. So to increase the voltage of the galvanometer or range of the galvanometer will be of n times. Then V is equal to N into E. So V value Ig into G plus R will be equal to N into, so Ig into G. Then Ig value cancel. Then G plus R is equal to N into here Ig. Which value cancel? Ig is cancel. N into G. Then R value is equal to N into G minus G. So which will give you R is equal to N minus 1 into G. To convert in order to increase the range by n times, how much resistance to be connected in series given by the formula R is equal to N minus 1 into G. This is the required formula. So this is the method how to convert the moving coil galvanometer into voltmeter. Clear? Conversion of moving coil galvanometer into ammeter and moving coil galvanometer into voltmeter. Understood? Okay? And this is about the concepts of the chapter moving coil galvanometer. So even many are neglecting watching the videos. But this chapter there is no other alternative. At any cost, how many days it takes for college to start, that many days you need to go through these online classes only. At the same time, you should not waste the time. And what is the concept we studied this moving coil galvanometer? These concepts are interrelated with the further chapters. In physics, you take whatever the chapters in first year you know. So all chapters are interrelated. If you study mechanics, so that interrelated with oscillations. Correct or not? Like this chapter, so throughout in magnetism and matter, then in EMI, in alternator current, the basics of this chapter is very important. Okay, Nara? So this is for the chapter moving coil. So that is moving charges and magnetism. So glance together, what are the 3 marks questions we got in this chapter and what are the 5 marks questions we got in this chapter? So glance together, once I will recall. So what are the 3 marks questions? 3 marks questions of this chapter. So that is force on a current carrying conductor. Glance together, current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field, current carrying conductor. Question important for 3 marks. So next one is, so show that circular current carrying loop, equivalent as magnetic dipole. Next question, so we have discussed, that is magnetic dipole moment of a revolving electron. Dipole moment of a revolving electron. Then we studied the 4th one is conversion of moving coil galvanometer into, first one is ammeter, the second one is voltmeter. So these are the questions we got for 3 marks. Mainly of this throughout chapter, the 3 marks questions are these. Okay, and what are the 5 marks questions we got in this chapter? 5 marks questions are what are? The first one is state and explain Biot-Savart's law. State and explain Biot-Savart's law. So next one is state and Biot-Savart's law, state and explain Second one, expression for magnetic field induction due to due to circular current carrying coil, circular current carrying coil. Then next question is state and explain Ampere's law, Ampere's circuital law, Ampere's law. Obtain the expression for obtain B bar due to first one is for solenoid and second one for toroid. Even this question can be also for 3 marks individually. Obtain the expression for magnetic field induction due to solenoid. And fourth question is, so expression for torque acting on a current loop. Torque acting on a current loop expression. So last question is construction. Explain the construction and working of moving coil galvanometer, MCG, moving coil galvanometer. So these are the 5 marks questions which we got in this chapter. So state and explain the Biot-Savart's law, magnetic field induction due to circuit. This is very important question. And torque, even this is also very important. In every chapter we can expect you can tell what are the 5 marks, 3 marks. The unexpected questions are only, so which mean of 1 mark and 2 marks. In order to attempt 1 mark, 2 marks, the complete chapter you needed to go through. Even what is the chapter now I discuss, nearly I have covered up to 80% of concepts for objective also. Even objective subjective will differ here, only 30 to 40%, not much more. So after completion of this chapter, even I will give some assignment questions of that level 1 also. So that's why go through this chapter videos properly. So now we'll start numericals, NCERT exercise questions of this moving charges and magnetism. This one NCERT exercise numericals. Okay now, exercise numericals. First you complete only exercise questions. So later if you want you can discuss for that additional exercise. Okay now. Now let us start NCERT exercise questions or numericals. Moving charges and magnetism. Question number 1. So what is this question? Circular wire consisting of 100 turns, each radius of 8 centimeters, carries a current of 0.4 amperes. What is the magnetic field at the center of the coil? Question 1. A circular coil is there, but circular coil not a single turn. So there are many turns are there for this circular coil. Circular coil of large number of turns are there. So this circular coil having how many number of turns are there? 100. What is the radius value? R is equal to, so R is equal to 8 centimeters. Okay na? R value 8 centimeters. 8 into 10 power minus 2 meters. So it is carrying a current. They not mention the current direction. So current value 0.40 amperes. Then what is the magnetic field at the center? In this numericals and objective, what is the difference is, in this numerical we don't have multiple options, 4 options, but for objective we have multiple options are there. But remember, simply by listening the concept you cannot able to understand. You needed to apply your concept. Physics required 2 parts. The first part is getting of information. The second part is application of information. Everyone, maximum 80% of the students, they will get information but they will not apply. That's why especially in competitive exams, So physics, many students why they are lagging behind is because of this one. And one more important point also. So for example, if you go through CET, NEET. So NEET 45 questions of physics, 45 of chemistry, and 90 questions of bio. You know, the toppers what they will do is obviously chemistry and bio maximum theory oriented. So maximum numbers will read properly in chemistry and bio. So they will complete the bio and chemistry. Even recently the toppers of even our Tungal or you take so Bijapur Tungal. So what the toppers they will plan? So they will plan to complete the bio and chemistry but as early as possible. As early so as possible they complete. So maximum time because only 20% of the students will focus more on physics. The maximum time they will spend for physics only. So you should not neglect. At any cost, you should not neglect. If you want to get a good rank in any competitive exam, so you should not neglect the physics. Easy subjects will all read. If you fight, if you do difficult subject, then only you will get a good rank. So that keep in mind. So now, first you should know what is the expression for magnetic field at the center of the circular coil. Circular coil expression you know that now, B formula mu naught into N into I into so R square divided by 2 into R square plus X square to the power of 3y. Circular coil expression. But at the center, already you know, but once again I recall. At the center X value is 0, then B value divided by mu naught into N into I divided by 2 into R. This is the expression you have to remember. Expression for magnetic field at the center of the circular coil. So B value. What is mu naught value? Mu naught value 4 pi into 10 power minus 7. How many number of turns are there? N value 1000. So consists of it is 100 only. Sorry, not 1000, 100. So what is the current value? The current value can I call I. Current value is 0.40 divided by 2 into radius value given by 8 into 10 to the power minus 2. So 2 ones are 2 twos are. Then what I get here? B value. Here can I write 2 into pi into 10 to the power minus 7. This value 4 divided by 8 into 10 to the power minus 1. Correct? 2 4s are 8. So 8 cancel. So what is the B value? Pi into 10 to the power minus 7 into 10 to the power plus 2. So B value pi into 10 power minus 1. Pi value 3.14 into 10 to the power minus 5. The CGS unit SI unit is 1 by Tesla. That is the expression for magnetic field at the center of the circular coil. And what is the direction of this magnetic field? That depends upon direction of the current. If the current is anti-clockwise, then magnetic field is perpendicular to plane passing outward. If the current is clockwise, magnetic field is perpendicular to plane passing inward. By using right hand rule, you can tell the direction of magnetic field due to circular coil. Here directions are not asking, so directly you can write. Okay, Nara? So this is question number 1. Next question. Question number 2. A long straight wire carrying a current 35 amperes. What is the magnitude of the magnetic field at a distance of 20 centimeters from the wire? So what is the question here they given is question number 2. A long straight wire is there. It is carrying a current. So what is the current value? I is equal to 35 amperes. They are asking us to calculate the magnetic field at a point P. The distance at the point P, so is given as I value is 35 amperes. Distance is R is equal to 20 centimeters. 20 into 10 to the power minus 2 meters, which is 2 into 10 to the power minus 1 meters. 2 into 10 to the power minus 1 meters. To calculate the magnetic field induction at the center, we can apply either Boyd-Savart law or Ampere's ideal. What is the expression for the mu naught into I divided by 2 pi r? Derivation we did. So by using Ampere's ideal law, we can apply mu naught into I divided by 2 pi. What is mu naught by 2 pi value? Actually mu naught value 4 pi into 10 to the power of minus 7. So minus 7. Units are given by what? So Tesla meter by ampere. So that is mu naught value. What is mu naught by 2 pi value? Which is 2 into 10 to the power of minus 7. So then what will be D value? Mu naught by 2 pi 2 into 10 power minus 7. Current value 35 divided by. So already 2 pi value I written. R value. Here can I write small r? R value given as 2 into 10 to the power of minus 1. 2 to cancel. So B value 35 into 10 to the power of minus 1 will go to numerator plus 1. That is 10 power minus 6. Tesla. Maximum numerical sum they will give you 90%, which can be solvable without using calculator. Okay now? So this is the question number second one. If you want a direction, hold a current carrying conductor in your right hand. Thumb is indicating the direction of the current. The remaining curved fingers are indicating the direction of the field lines. So what is the direction of the magnetic field? Here see, field lines are concentric circles. So if I see tip this side, so it is inward. So if I want to calculate the magnetic field this side, it is perpendicular to plane passing inward. If I want to calculate the magnetic field this side, perpendicular to plane passing outward. Are you getting that? How you know inward or outward? So fingertips. If the tip palm tips are there now. So here inward, this side. When it is inside, so here outward. Okay now? This is question number 2. Next, question number 3. A long straight wire in the horizontal plane carrying a current of 50 amperes. So, in north-south direction, give the magnitude and direction of magnetic field. So, at a point 2.5 meters, so east of the wire. What I want to calculate? Question number 3. A long straight wire in a horizontal plane. One long straight wire is there. It is there in a horizontal plane. It carrying a current of 50 amperes. 50 amperes. So in what direction can you call it as north? This is south. So generally you know the directions. This is east, west, north, south. When I consider north, south, upward will be east, bottom will be to south. This will be of east and this will be of west. Current value, they are asking us to calculate what is the magnetic field towards east at a point P. What is the distance of the point P? R value given it as 2.5 meters. They are asking both magnitude and direction. So if you hold a current carrying conductor, so this is the direction of the current. So field lines are like this. Downside of magnetic field is vertically down, perpendicular to plane, passing inward. Here magnetic field is perpendicular to plane, passing upward. Means magnetic field is vertically upward, like this. This is the direction of magnetic field, vertically upwards. So what is D value? Magnetic field is a straight conductor, mu naught into I divided by 2 pi. Already written. So D value mu naught by 2 pi, 2 into 10 power minus 7 into current value 50 by R value 2.5. Okay now? Then what will it be? So 2 into 10 to the power minus 7. Can I remove this decimal? For removing decimal I needed to put a 110 into 25. 25 ones are 25, 20 is. What is D value? 4 into 10 power minus 6 Tesla. What is the direction of this magnetic field? Vertically upwards. Why vertically upwards? Magnitude calculation is very easy. Calculation of direction only important. So current is passing. Hold your thumb in the direction of the current. Then curved fingers are indicating the direction of the magnetic field lines. So bottom of the below this current carrying wire, magnetic field will be perpendicular to plane passing inward. Above will be perpendicular to plane passing outward. So magnetic field will be vertically upwards. This is question number 3. Next, question number 4. So what is this question is a horizontal. So overhead a power line. One power line is there which is horizontal. It carrying a current of 90 amperes from. So which direction to which direction? So east to west. Question number 4. Horizontal wire is there, current wire. So it carrying a current of 90 amperes. The current value is 90 amperes. It carrying a current from where to where? From east to west. What they are asking us to calculate? The magnitude and direction of the magnetic field due to this below. So below means this is of north, this is of south. So they are asking us to calculate magnetic field at a point P. What is the distance value? R is equal to 1.5. See, if you hold a current carrying conductor in your right hand such that thumb is indicating the direction of the field. See here, magnetic field will be perpendicular to plane. So what is the direction of the magnetic field here? Field lines. Field lines will be concentric circles. Concentric circles with clockwise and anti-clockwise. So at this point the magnetic field will be towards where? So towards south. So field lines here like this now. This is the direction of the current. Above magnetic field is perpendicular to plane passing inward. Below magnetic field is perpendicular to plane passing outward. Actually south and north will be like this. This is the direction of south. This is a plane. So you can see only east, west, north, south. So east, west, and here it is of north, back side is of south. So magnetic field will be perpendicular to plane passing outward. That is towards south. What is the value of B given by mu naught into I? Formula is same. Only directions you need to find. Mu naught by 2 pi value 2 into 10 power minus 7 into I value 90 by R value 1.5. So what will get B value? 2 into 10 power minus 7 into, can I put 900 divided by 15? 15 will go for how many times? 15 ones are 15, 15 6 are 90, 60. What will get B value? 12 into 10 power minus 6. Or otherwise 1.2 into 10 power minus 5 Tesla. Direction will be towards south. Direction is towards where? South. Okay now? This is the question number 4. Directions are important. The question number 5. So what is this question is? What is the magnitude of magnetic field, magnetic force per unit length on a wire carrying a current of 8 amperes making an angle 30 degrees with the direction of the uniform magnetic field. So in a uniform magnetic field of induction V bar, a current carrying wire is kept such that angle made with V bar is theta. So what they given? So what is the current value? I is equal to, it is carrying a current, I is equal to 8 amperes, theta value is 30 degrees, magnetic field induction value is 0.15 Tesla. What they are asking us to calculate? What is F by L? Force acting per unit length. What is the force acting on a conductor formula? BAL sin theta, Bill sin theta. From this F by L is equal to B into I into sin theta. So what is B value? B value 0.15, I value 8 into sin 30 value 1 by 2. Can I write down? Otherwise I will write here. Sin 30. So then what I get? 0.15 into 8 into 1 by 2. 2 ones are 2 fours. So what I get? It is F by L. 0.15 into 4. So that is, so what I will get, the answer is given by 0.6 Newton by meter. Okay now? This is the question number 5. This formula know that na? Force acting on a current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field. So last question for this class. This is question number 6. A 3 centimeters wire carrying a current of 10 amperes placed in a solenoid perpendicular to its axis. The magnetic field inside the solenoid is given. What is the magnetic force acting on the wire? So what is solenoid? The solenoid is a cylindrical coil which has a large number of turns of insulated copper. So direction of the magnetic field along the axis of the solenoid. They telling they put one wire, one current carrying wire was put perpendicular to axis of the this solenoid. This current, it is carrying a current. What is the force acting formula this? What is the data they get? The current value carrying is 10 amperes. What is the magnetic field inside the solenoid? 0.27 Tesla. What they asking us to calculate? Theta value here 90. Perpendicular na? So they asking us to calculate what is the force acting. So what is the force acting formula on a current carrying conductor? BIL sin theta. BIL sin theta. So what is the value of B? B value 0.27. Into current value of 10. Into length value. So 3 centimeters. They given L value 3 centimeters. 3 into 10 power minus 2 meters. 3 into 10 power minus 2 meters into sine 90 degrees. Theta value 90, which is given by 0.27 into 3 7. Or otherwise, can I write it as 27 into 10 is there already. So 27 into 3 into 10 power minus 3, which is 81 into 10 power minus 3 or 8.1 into, can I multiply numerator and denominator with that 10 power minus 2? Question understood? This is how to calculate. To do this problem, you should know, due to a solenoid, what is the direction of the magnetic field? Magnetic field will be along the axis of the solenoid. So remaining 7 questions are there, that will continue in the next class. Thank you.